Welcome. Thanks for stopping by for today's Kiss from Kristin. I want to ask you, how many times in the last week have you asked yourself, how do I want to feel today? If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I'm guessing you didn't catch last week's Kiss from Kristin. So I highly suggest right after you watch this one, you go catch last week's, because these two kisses are they are just setting yourself up for success when you tap into these. So last week I gave you a simple question that you could use when you want to just shift your energy for the whole day, for the moment, the situation, whatever it is. And today I want to give you another tool that works in a little bit of a different way, but it's going to be really helpful in your weight loss journey. It's going to be helpful to keep your mindset up, which in turn is reflected in the choices that you make that help you with your weight and your wellness. So if you don't know me, I'm Kristin Wood, your favorite body wellness coach, and I show up weekly, give you a keep it super simple tip. It's a kiss from Kristin that you can take away, implement, and when you implement it with consistency, you are going to see some changes in your health and your weight. So, do you ever just overcomplicate things in life? I mean, let's get real. We're women, and that's where we tend to go. We just think if it's going to be harder, it's got to be better. And there really is no award or special badge just because you did something the hard way. So I like to really focus on the simple things. How can we just keep this simple? Because we've got a lot going on. We don't need to overcomplicate things. So sometimes the simplest thing is just giving yourself a chance to stop and recalibrate. And what I want to share with you today is a simple tool that just lets you recalibrate. Now, I learned this tool from a mentor of mine, Gina DeVee, and it's a little mindset hack that's going to help you anytime you just feel like you got sucker punched. You have the why me? Why is this happening to me? How many times does that come up in your life that you're just like, really? Why? Why me? And that sends us in a spiral that if you don't get off that track really quick, you're going to get on this spiral where you can start to make some poor choices for yourself. That's where you make the choice that, I've been, life has hit me hard today, so I'm not going to get my movement in. I'm not going to make the proper choice for my meals. I'm not going to get the proper sleep. We just set ourselves up for the negative when we get on that why me path. So this question is just another question you're going to ask yourself. And when you feel like you've been sucker punched and why me? Why is this happening? Your question that I want you to stop and ask yourself, it's not a question, and actually it's a statement, but it's, I'm thrilled this is happening because, and then let your mind take over. Now I get it. I'm thrilled that this is happening because it doesn't always fit with certain situations. If there's been a death in your family, you might not be thrilled that this is happening. So give yourself the chance to replace the thrilled with something like, I'm happy, I'm content, I'm at peace. But what is that word that feels realistic for you in this situation? Because things happen and we can't change them. We have to be at peace. We have to be content. We have to be able to move on. And what is that? If thrilled is too expansive, what's the word that lets you feel more comfortable? And then you let your mind go on. What is it that what are the good things that are going to come out of this? So for Gina, her example was she had went years compiling this book, her masterpiece. And in March of 2020, she was releasing her baby book. And what happened in March of 2020? The world shut down. She had book tours, launches. Her Audacity to Be Queen book is amazing. I love it and have read it multiple times. But in March of 2020, all these tours that she had planned, all the promotions to get her book out in the world were shut just overnight, closed, stopped. Nothing was going to happen. And she was devastated, but she went into her own thinking, her own teaching, and why was she thrilled that this was happening? And, you know, she's just like you and me. There, at first, it was like, there is nothing good about this, nothing. But then as she started to let the statement just marinate a little bit, she started to see, oh, I can do everything virtual. I can save all this money of not having to go to all these different sites in person and do everything virtually. And because of COVID now, everyone has a understanding of virtual, how it works. It's so accepted. It's been amazing for my coaching business. Everybody that I coach is virtual. So she was able to tap in to the virtual and save a ton of money. Get in front of more people than she would have just by being in person at different events. And she could see what are the good things. Why could she be thrilled that this is happening and not send herself into that spiral that we go into where we're just not in a good place. Our mood's not good. We don't make good choices. How could she get out of that? And what I love about this statement is how many times in life does something really crappy happen today, and then 3 months, 6 months, a year later, you're like, oh my gosh, if that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have got put on this path to be right here, right now, to have this thing happen. So what I love about the I'm thrilled this is happening is I don't have to wait a year to realize what is the good from this. I can tap into it right now, and so can you. You can start to see, okay, I can see how this might set me up for something else. I can see how this is moving, how all our life is just like a big chess table, and how we're getting positioned for the next thing. And we don't have to go through that spiral of why me? Why is this happening to me? And being on this pity party for months. We get to see the good, transition out of it, and move on and get to where, it might have taken us a year to get in the past. Maybe we cut that down till we get there in 6 months or 3 months. So practice that. The next time you have a why me moment, pull out this statement. I'm thrilled this is happening because, and let your mind go to work and let you see why this is okay, why this could be good for you. And if thrilled's too big, always pick another word. Go with content. I'm at peace. I'm happy. But go with that statement and open your mind to start seeing the good that can come out of what seems like a crappy situation. So again, if you missed last week's tip, go back and watch last week's Kiss from Kristin and get the question of that you need to ask yourself over and over each day to make sure you are in the right energy that's going to move you forward. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you next week with another Kiss from Kristin. Bye-bye.